Okay, there we go. Looks like we're going. Welcome to the stream, everybody. We are doing a number of things today. I'm doing a full list of checking into stocks that I think might be good at beating the weekly dividend ETF. So that's what the full stream is going to be about. Let me know what you guys think. As always, I appreciate everybody for being in here. And we are on our first stream on Streamlabs. So things are going to look a little bit different. We can see updated subscriber count. We can see a number of things over here too. So all in all, there's some new stocks that I want to look at, and I also want to log into FastGraphs. Let's pull that up. FastGraphs is like the new platform that I'm pretty much using to just do all my research on. There we go. Put this back over here. I don't know if I'm live on Twitch or not. I'm live. Okay, that's so cool. Super cool. Now the last thing I have to do, I have to go live on TikTok. TikTok is hilarious. Okay, Spencer Invests. We are back into it. Welcome everybody. We are just getting started. I am going to go live on TikTok as well. I'm trying to get the TikTok thing set up. It is not helpful. It's not working for me. So I'm going to work on this another time. Let's see though if I can get the ball rolling on here. Post templates live. Okay. Gotta edit the name. Let's do weekly dividend ETFs. Because that's kind of what we're going to be talking about today is what we can do to beat these. Device camera. Oh, that's cool. Flip. No, we're going to set this up like this. My cat is yowling. Sign in to chat. I should already be signed in. Oh, this is popping up. Okay, so I'm just going to look at what we're looking at. Oh, this is weird. Thank you, whoever liked it. Okay. So there's a number. Oh, all the stocks are on my phone. I'm going to have to pause the live like over and over and over again, but that's all right. So looking at FastGraphs, these are the stocks that I've been looking at for trying to compete with the weekly dividend ETFs, which have been doing absolutely crazy. I will actually pull up everything. Let's pull up Moomoo as well. And I'll show you guys what we've been making. If you guys are in the live on TikTok, I'm trying to work everything out. This is kind of like a test stream. So let me know what you guys think with the layout and everything. I just redid all this on my own, and I have no idea how good or not good it is. So let's see. That's not a very good angle for TikTok, but I'm not going to take the time to set it up. So here's the account. Here's what we're looking at. We are still seeing some pretty good gains over the last couple days. We have seen YMAG fall off a little bit, but this is going to continue to drip, and I'm really, really excited about it because when the stocks start dripping, you start making so much more money. I have a video that's coming out tomorrow about QQQI, which is a NEOS fund, and I'll pull this one up. It's not on FastGraphs, but it's an ETF. And so basically I bought this thing. I bought it in May. It had dipped quite a bit, and I bought it around, I think it was around $50, maybe even a little bit less. It must have been less. I'm trying to think. Either way, I bought it around 50 because I put $500 into it, and I'm up about $18, and that's just on the price appreciation. So the actual amount of money that is going into it every single month, basically I'm getting a $6 to $7 payout now every month. And that makes a really big deal because it's reinvesting that. And so I've actually watched the dividends continuing to grow, which I think is a really, really big deal. And so that's what I've been really excited with. And so we can see all of our returns on here. TikTok, I'll try and explain what I'm doing. I'm going to get it set up so I can eventually stream all from the same platform, but it just wasn't in the stars for tonight. But what we can see so far with all of our Moomoo accounts, we have 8 ETFs in here. All of them have roughly $100. 2 of them have drip on, but these ones all pay weekly. And it's crazy because getting paid every single week is absolutely wild. But the main thing is we have the Defiance ETFs, all three of them. We have the three Roundhill ETFs, which are RDTE, XDTE, and QDTE, and those ones have been paying weekly for a couple months now, and they've been doing really well. But all in all, in the account, we're up $43.46, which I'm going to do some math over here and get a percentage. So we can see what our return is, 843.46, because I always want to say, oh, we're up 0.5% or something like that, but it's not exactly true because we're about 6%. We're about 6% in the portfolio. 6% is not bad for literally a month and 2 weeks. I think we're on update. I need to put the update back into that description. But still, I think it's really cool. Thank you for liking my video rant. Appreciate that. But these it's been making us money, and that's the whole point of these. But okay, what we're going over today is I'm building a portfolio that's going to try and beat the weekly ETF portfolio, which is going to be hard because we're up 6%. We're up 1% a week, and that's not impossible to beat, but that is a pretty solid return, I would say. I mean, you're looking at what, a 50% return on the year. And now these have been jumping up and down. They've been going all over the place, but I think that if they do settle down a little bit, we can kind of combat them with a few high-yielding ETFs, such as QQQI. So I'm going to pull up the dividend history for QQQI, and it's, last I checked, it was pretty phenomenal. I mean, this one has been making me so much money, and I am really big on, I'm relatively young. You guys might be younger, you guys might be older, but I'm relatively young. So I am reinvesting all my drip on this. And what I love with these is the dividends are really consistent. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we've seen 9 dividends. I purchased in May, so I've only received 7 dividends, but it still was $45 in income. So it's $45. All of a sudden, you have an extra $45 at the end of a couple months, and that is, again, all reinvesting right back into it. And so what we can see with this dividend history is it's just been solid. I think from the low, what's the lowest? 59 cents, and the highest is 64 cents. So you're talking about a literal 6-cent swing. These ETFs are nuts. Yeah, these ETFs are crazy. Are you talking Rack City? Are you talking about, that's a hilarious name. Are you talking about the weekly payers or the Neos ones? Because both of these, the Neos ones have both been doing really, really well. But I definitely agree. The weekly ones have been insane because right now they're on track. So the weekly ones are on track to, like I said, return about a 40 to 50% return this year, which they may not. We may see that drop. Who knows? But I still think that it's definitely worth it to take a little risk. And that's the whole point of the challenge, on this account. And so what we're going to talk about, again, is I should make a list of all the funds I'm going to put in. I do have most of them on Fast Graphs, but like Devon Energy, this is one that I think is this one beaten down or is this one doing really well? One of the energy ones I looked at was doing terrible. Maybe it was Diamondback Energy. Fast Graphs, we'll go to the last, what's 2024, 10 years. I'm going to remove a lot of the junk. Oh, it's already gone. So we've seen Devon Energy fall quite a bit. We see it fall from the $76 to the $39 range. So why is this one so undervalued? I mean, if anything's going to beat the weekly ETFs, I have to use stuff that's high risk. And so for those of you that are on TikTok, if you guys are investing and you're wanting to invest high risk, you have to be careful. It's really, really, really risky, of course, but high risk, high reward. And most of the time it's high risk, high loss. And I've seen that happen many times. But Devon Energy, we can go down and look at the financials. Performance is not bad. I mean, 2020 post-pandemic, the PE ratio is still just so low on this. That's price to earnings. And typically you want it to be with roughly 9 to 15. And so what are they saying? Let's see. They have an analyst scorecard that I think is super cool. If you guys have any questions about investing, drop them in the comments. Not gotten into Neos yet, but love some of the Yield Max and Roundhill ones. Yes, dude. Yes. I'll pull that back up. So let me show you. I hope it's easy to see. So what I'm looking at, so I also have the Defiance ETFs, and the main difference between these is that they sell covered puts, cash secured puts. And so they've been underperforming for sure. You can see all the Defiance ones are down. My cat is going nuts. I'm going to let my cat into my room. Just give me 1 second. Dude, you got to calm down. You got to calm down. The culprit. The culprit. Kimmy, you look so handsome in this light. Look at you. He's going nuts. Eat your food. Go ahead. But yeah, like I was saying, these weekly payers have been like, they've been kind of crazy. Let me not just like set this up a little better. I need a stand. I need something to set this on. But I have nothing. Okay. There, that's kind of all right. But yeah, so total, we are up in the account. Yeah, thinking about getting IWMY next year. Not terrible. Okay, let me show you one thing with IWMY that I don't like is when I pull up this chart. This is the adjusted chart. I gotta spray my cat because he's going nuts. He gets the spray bottle of death. He hates it. But one thing that's interesting, so if I unadjust this chart and just set it to be a normal chart, IWMY scares me quite a bit because we see it drop every time it pays a dividend. And so I don't love holding things that have crazy NAV erosion just because it stresses me out quite a bit. But I won't tell you what to do, of course. It's all up to you. They are looking like the Defiance ones can bounce back and do a little bit better. Like the last couple of weeks have definitely been better for IWMY. But overall, they just worry me a little bit just because of how they continue to fall. Yeah, not a bad idea to wait. That's such a good idea because you can see how they're going to perform. And performance when it comes to these stocks is kind of what makes the biggest difference over time. If there's a lot of NAV erosion, it's a big bummer. The dividends, on the other hand, have been paying 42 cents, 30 cents, 31 cents, 32 cents, 33 cents. So the dividends have been pretty solid. They haven't been going crazy, but they haven't been falling crazily either. So you were saying, do you have YMAG and do you have all the Yield Max funds and all the Defiance funds? Because in my personal account, I only own the Roundhill. Sorry, not the Defiance funds. Do you own the Roundhill and Yield Max? Because in my account, I have just Roundhill. I'm looking to buy into the Yield Max funds, but I want to put like $1,000, and I want to be careful and I want to track it a little bit more before I see exactly what ends up happening. Just to make sure, because like $1,000 is a lot of money, and I don't want to blow it. Like this whole account is nearly $1,000. So I'm going to continue to track these ones though. So what I'm going to do now, I have some screenshots. TikTok, I'm going to pause you for a second. I'm going to pull up these screenshots. LYB. Let's do LYB. LYB. Okay. I wonder, this one should be on here. We're going to go to historical. I mean, not terrible. TikTok, you can't see this, but I'm looking at stocks. I'm looking at stocks to buy. But will this stock be able to beat one of the weekly dividends? I don't think so. The only way I think I'm going to be able to beat the weekly dividends, NVDY is a good one. Shank Golfer, that is a hilarious name. Misty and NVDY, yeah, you got Tesla today. So I own Tesla and Coney in my $1,000 high yielding account that I did for the channel, and it kind of flopped after one of them cut a dividend. It wasn't one of the Yield Max funds. It wasn't one of the funds you guys listed. I owned Leggett and Platt, ticker LEG. You have TikTok that you do weekly updates. Oh, let me know what's your handle. Is it the same as your name on here? Because I'll follow you. I'll check you out. But all in all, it's going to be tough to beat these weekly payers. And yeah, it's really important to do the weekly updates on the accounts. And using social media, my cat is just pissed off today. Using social media can make a big difference. I like hearing what people are buying and selling. For me, that's kind of what makes it, more fun. But when it comes to this, oh my gosh, let me let the cat out. Okay, get out of here. There we go. He should be at rest. Cats are like children. A lot of work. Monthlies, Misty, Tesla. Oh, I haven't CRSH. I don't even know what that one is, to be honest. I'm sure I've read it. Yield. It's Yield Max. Oh, I did that wrong. CRSH. Oops, dyslexia. These are my weeklies that I'm gambling money. Short Tesla option income strategy. Okay. CRSH. What's the price? Because Tesla has been going insane. So I'm curious what the 6 months. Yeah. But see, okay. Hear me out. Tesla, what's Tesla stock at right now? Tesla stock, I mean, it hit 350. It hit 350 leg. Got stuck with 100 shares on, oh my gosh. 18 waiting on it to make a comeback. Dude, okay. Here's the thing with leg. I was pissed off about it because in the account, it was the only one that lost money. All the others, some lost a little bit, but most did relatively well. But the main thing is it literally like ruined the whole account. So all the other ones were up like 10 to 20%, and leg was just down. Inverse are a bad move. Inverse, they can definitely be scary because long-term things go up, right? The only reason I think inverse could work with Tesla is because the volatility is insane. And so because Tesla is at like an all-time high, but you never know with Tesla because it can literally just run straight through. Okay, Rax to Riches is your name on TikTok. All right, I'll check you out. Let me note that. Rax to Riches. I'll go through and pull that up after. But yeah, it's really, really interesting to see, you know, all of these new funds coming out from YieldMax. Like, look at the number of ETFs they have now. It's just crazy. And I have seen ULTY a lot. I don't really know ultra option income strategy. 100% distribution rate is insane. ULTY. I mean, how's this one doing? The thing is like, I don't like to bet against Tesla at all. Yeah, this one's destroyed. This is what I see so much with the YieldMax ones. It's like your NAV erosion. It doesn't matter if you're down 50% a year and you're doubling your money. You're literally sitting at the same spot. Some crazy noise just happened, and I don't know what that was. I have no idea what happened. Thank you if someone did something. Someone subscribed. Oh, thank you. I was like, what did I set each noise for? So yeah, ULTY is a little bit down. Not a little bit. It's a lot down. So those ones just scare me, though. I never know what's going to happen, especially when you're betting with something like Tesla. How have you guys seen, like, BITO? I've seen people talking about that one quite a bit. Airbnb. Oh, my gosh. Baba. Wait, I haven't checked out Baba stock in forever. So my goal, I would like to do... Holy smokes. It really went back up to over 100. I was watching this when it was like in the 60s, 70s. Yeah, I remember like right here, and I was like, oh, it's a good time to buy, and I never did. People are always like, oh, yeah, buy it when you think, but I think ULTY will be good. They change the prospects. I think it could be very... Yeah, it looks like it's a different kind of option. They have it set in its own little scheme and whatnot. So I want to do 3 different accounts for the coming year. I don't know how this is going to go because I need more money. Because to invest like $1,000 into 3 different accounts is a little bit tough. I'm not loaded by any means, but what I want to do is I want to do the weekly dividend account where I have my $800 in those and I track everything. And then I want to do a high yielding account, which is where I'm going to do like my fast graphs account. So I'm going to have like ET, ARCC. I put AR on here. I don't want this one. But anyways, like I'm going to do all of these. Oh, those are recent. That's why. But see, look at all these tickers. I wonder is the screener locked? The screener is locked. So I'm going to pull up FinViz because they have a free screener and it's better anyway. Screener. I'm already there. So one thing I do when I screen for a lot of these ones is dividend yield. I want over 6%. Over 7. We're going to get a little bit higher risk. Volume doesn't matter to me. Price doesn't matter to me as much. Exchange doesn't matter. Short float, industry, current volume, shares outstanding. No. We'll go to fundamental, and this is where you want to grab something. I want a PE of under 30. That's still high. EPS, earnings per share growth over the next 5 years. We want over 5%. Return on asset, payout ratio, we want it probably under 90. And see, now we're kind of getting somewhere. Let's see. Return on equity, debt equity, insider ownership, forward PE, free cash flow. I'm not going to change too many of these. We'll kind of have them set up as is. Man, ETFs, there's so much stuff on FinViz now, which I love. You can also do market cap. Like, what market cap do I want? That'd be in the description, I think. Market cap. We want small. I want small. Okay, small minus. Small under 2 billion. No. Mid. I want mid to small. 2 billion to 10 billion. No, I want like 5 billion less. Nano under 50 million is crazy. Choose wisely. Honestly, that's the hard part. Picking these stocks, finding something that's going to outperform some of these weeklies is not going to be easy. No, we're going to go other way. Large, mid, under 10 billion. Here we go. That took me way too long. See, I want to find some of these that aren't necessarily like a lot. Main Street Capital's on this list, which is crazy. 25K LOC in the ones I have next year. Did a test of 5K and it paid back in 5 months. Yeah, that's crazy. So so you're gonna throw those in that you were talking about earlier? Are you gonna do Misty, Nvidia, Tesla, and all those ones? Because too many rat labs. Which one is the winner? Exactly. And that's the thing is you can't. I mean, don't put all your money into one. Think about it. Do your research. Like you already were doing that, Rax. So you know what you're talking about for the most part, I would assume. But really, yeah, you just got to pick something. You know, and SPY has been doing insane. So I've been thinking about like, should I just be dripping stuff into SPY? But the problem I see with SPY, like I have so many tabs open, but if we do a drip calculator, I don't know if you guys have ever used these before, but I was looking at one like yesterday, Main Street Capital. Main Street Capital Corp is a really popular BDC that does extremely well. And what I've been looking at is when you compare this to SPY, Main outperforms it 3x just since the inception. So since 2007. And this is really interesting because 2007, 2008 wasn't a good time for SPY either. So you'd think it'd be running kind of back up, but not really. So I just realized this thing on my screen that says like the subscriber goal. 4,000 is the goal. It's 4,000 total. And they're saying I've gained 8. So it's not accurate. Yeah, I need to fix that. But that's what these test streams are for. I'm figuring out how to get everything in. And I appreciate you guys for jumping in here and keep me entertained with stuff. But when we see like Main outperforms SPY. Realty Income. Oh, outperforms SPY. I've run all these numbers. Not as good. It doubled it. But what's like another one? Like what's ET done compared to SPY? Holy smoke. SPY well outperformed it because it crashed. But I own ET. Let's do ARCC. ET is Energy Transfer. It's a stock that you need a K1 for, which is a bit of a bummer. But it actually is the only one it's the only one I have that is over 100% return, which is crazy. ARCC has outperformed SPY since 2004. What else? What other ones do I even have on my list of things to buy? What's SVOL? Or is it SL? SVOL, this is the volatility index, I think. No data. Well, there's another one that's like SVOL. No. That's Slovenium. I have looked at that one on accident. Yeah, SVOL. No. All right. Let me know what you guys think. What's a good one? Just going through these tickers, we only see 13 that meet our criteria, and I want some that are maybe a little bit beat down. I don't want shipping. Dorian LPG Ltd. We've seen a crazy fall. It's traded all the way down $27 right now from, where's the Golden Cross? ZIVB. Never heard of it. It's on the bats. Short VIX. Oh, interesting. Interesting. I'm guessing this one has a pretty decent yield. The VIX has always been interesting to me. I never know how to trade it. It's always so crazy. But I mean, look at this. Volatility is always going to be high. So if it goes up, you can make some money. If it goes down, you make even more money. Let's see. I want to see some of the stats on this one. Wow, the PE is so low. LPG. Pull this one up. ETFs are honestly anything. I'm looking for ETFs that are specifically going to try to beat the weekly ETFs. That's why I was checking out like the NEOS ones, similar to SOVL. That's the one, SOVL. Yeah. Yeah, but anything works. Stocks, ETFs, all of it. I like looking at everything. I'm just looking to make some money like most people. Dorian LTD. Really ugly chart. Are they even paying a dividend currently? It says they have a yield. Forward PE. Trailing 12 months. No, that's why. Dividend stat. Okay, wait. If this is giving me... That was it, right? LPG? Yeah, LPG. Is that what I looked up on here? LPG. Yes, it is. SPYI. Trev in the chat, dude. I love these. I was just talking about this with NEOS, with QQQI. Here, let me flip this and show you. Because it's actually... I don't even know how to flip this. This is going to look stupid, but, you know, there you go. You're going to see the full setup. But the dividend consistency is insane. Like, the dividends have been paying out like 59 to 65 cents consistently. It's made me $70 so far. BIGZ. Never heard of it. I'm assuming it's an ETF. Oh, interesting. BlackRock, dude. Anything BlackRock seems to be taking off. I mean, beaten down from the beginning, something that we can kind of expect, but I wonder, it looks like it's trailing back up. It's up 14% over the year. Racks to riches, dude. Thank you. Okay, let me follow you. Awesome. Thank you. And so we can see, man, there's so many people jumping through in all different spots. Thank you guys for popping through. But yeah, I love the NEOS funds. They've been absolutely killing it lately, and I'm going to be throwing them in my normal account, more into my normal account, I should say, because they've been doing so well. But LPG, let me check out what's the dividend history. Because if Finviz is saying they have decent dividend history, I would imagine they do. But I wonder if it's... No, they have a terrible dividend history. Is this all special? So they only pay special dividends. What the heck? Warning, 185 stocks in the energy sector are at high risk of performing badly. This has got to be an ad, right? Would they just be throwing that in? Dividend rate forward. Okay, short interest market cap. Doesn't even say their dividends, their dividend yield. 1 to 2%. All right. We're cutting Dorian. I'm not doing that. That's for sure. That thing is sketchy. Main. MFIC. Midcap Financial Investment Corporation. I'm guessing this is a BDC. Let's see. MFIC. Sometimes just looking around, you find some really good stocks on your own. And it's actually... It's just kind of fun. You just see something different. So we can see this one absolutely crashed like crazy, actually. The NEO CEO did an episode on the Rich Habits podcast. It was great to listen to. Okay, wait. I'm going to screenshot that because I got to listen to that. I was really surprised by the fund, by both NEOS and SPYI. I have a video coming out, Trev, about it. Like, I think it's coming out tomorrow. It's just a short that I'm going to do where I've showed all the money that I've made just from QQQ. It's QQQI, which I think is performing worse but has a better yield versus SPYI that's performing better but has a slightly worse yield. And by worse, it's like a 2% difference. It's definitely not a big deal, the comparison. Thank you, Racks to Riches, for liking, dude. You're the best. Jumping back over. You guys get me so distracted in a good way. I like being distracted, but still, it's hard to keep up. I had so many things set that I was gonna try and figure out. But dividends. Let's look at the performance. I mean, versus SPY. Yeah. Oh man, significantly underperformed, even with dividends reinvested. Is this thing negative in the long run? What is it? Not BIGZ. It's MFIC. Let's see. Dividend scorecard. 11% yield. 11% is pretty solid. Did they cut their dividend recently? No. Oh, they did. They cut it in 2020. We've seen a lot of things cut their dividends in 2020, though. I honestly don't think it's fair to hold them accountable for cutting in 2020 because, hey, we're almost to 1,000 likes. Thank you so much, Rax. That's all you, dude. Thank you so much. Yep, there we go. We hit 999, 1K. Thank you. My cat is tweaking again. You guys, you don't understand this cat. He is going nuts. He'll be all right, though. BBDC, Bearings, BDC. There's so many good BDCs. 6th Street. I have not looked at TSLX in a long time. A very long time. Yield of 10%. Why did I not? 6th Street Specialty Lending. I remember this one from a while back, and it was... Hey, thank you, Rax. You too, dude. You too. That was a good follow. You guys, if you're in the chat, go check out Rax to Riches. He's been liking it up, which is sweet. And he makes good content, too. So much stuff. OCSL, I sold this one. I sold that one. CSWC, I bought that one. Man, there's just so much good stuff on here that you can actually find. Opinion on Beto. Let's check it out. Okay, from what I've heard, so I used to do so many videos on the Yield Max ETFs. Is Beto not even a Yield Max? I thought it was a Yield Max. Am I just missing it? I might just be blind. No, maybe Yield Max has what, the other one? Let me pull it up. Let's do Beto. Beto stock, Beto ETF. ProShares Bitcoin. Oh, that's the one. Dude, this one has been, I'm sure with Bitcoin going crazy that this thing would do extremely well. It's just been, Bitcoin has been insane. How's Grayscale doing? I looked at Grayscale a long time ago. Yeah, up 145%. Are the YieldMax ETFs worth it? Always heard to stay away from them. That's a really good question. I'll come back to Beto. I'm going to answer that really quick. So I'm going to pull up, this is the monthly or the weekly dividend ETF tracker. I put $100 into each of the funds that pay weekly. I only put it into YMAG and YMAX. People are really big fans of what are the main ones? MSTY is huge for YieldMax. NVDY is huge for YieldMax. And some of them perform really, really well. Some of them are harder to follow. Some of them, they have really bad NAV erosion, which is net asset value, where the money they're investing continues to fall away. But all in all, I like them. It's not any sort of financial advice. I always have to say that. But the YieldMax, the weekly payers, YMAG and YMAX, are the best performers in this account. So these ones are outperforming all of the other weekly payers. The Defiance ETFs are significantly lower. The YieldMax, not only do they have the highest percentage return, but they also have the most dividends paid out, and they have really good consistent dividends, which I think is great. So people do get a little bit afraid of them, and I understand it. The main thing with the weekly payers, YMAG and YMAX are only yielding 15 to 20%, which is still really good. A 20% return in a year is insane. But when you're comparing those to MSTY and NVDY that literally are making 100% returns with their distributions, which I don't really know if they are. Let's check it out. If we do, let's do MSTY, and then we'll go down and we'll compare it to the S&P 500. It's been outperforming significantly. Holy smokes. Total return from the initial investment just in February of this last year, you'd be up 246.5%. with dividends reinvested and 170 with dividends not reinvested. But the underlying thing is MSTR stock has been doing extremely, extremely well. Extremely, extremely well. And so that's part of the reason why is if the underlying stock is doing well, then the YieldMax version does really well. NVDY, we see 224%, almost 225% return since May of 2023. So not as recent, but still a really steady climb. But that's because, like, what has MSTR even been doing? So the main thing with the YieldMax funds is I would say if you were going to buy into any of them, do a lot of research on the underlying fund because that is really going to dictate how well they perform. MicroStrategy is up almost 400% to date. That's another thing with YieldMax. If you know, I mean, no one knows. If you have an inclination that a stock is going to run like mad, you're better off just buying the underlying stock because it will perform better. But if you want to hold it for weekly income or monthly income, I should say, that's when you buy the YieldMax version. But like, what's NVIDIA? Yeah, NVIDIA has been insane. I cannot believe this. Up 61. Like 6 months ago, I was like, I'm going to stop buying. I'm not going to buy it because there's no point. It's run up so much. And it just keeps running up. Maybe I should be buying NVIDIA and MSTR instead. But with crypto doing so well, it's hard. It's hard to try and figure out what your best options are. So yeah, but looking at where did I go? Bito. Bito is interesting. Does this one have a dividend? What is YieldMax? Karamat. Okay, so YieldMax is a group of ETFs. So it's a company that they own a bunch of these ETFs and they make money off of the management fees. So you buy into an ETF, the ETF supposedly pays you based off of the options contracts. This is a really complicated way to explain it. The easy, simple way, YieldMax is a company that owns a lot of ETFs and they make more money the more people are holding those ETFs. So you have to pay a small portion. XDTE doesn't have the highest yield, but its NAV is holding. Eric in the chat, dude. Hey, Eric, it's good to see you. Glad you jumped in here. Yeah, XDTE for life. I'm not selling mine. I want to keep adding to it, but it's tough because, hey, thanks, Trev. I will do more live streams more frequently, dude. Thank you. Bito has a 56% dividend. That's insane. And it's BlackRock. Like, BlackRock is crazy. But yeah, Eric, dude, XCTE. I don't know. I don't think it's going to be a loser, but you never really know. So we can see, yeah, they have it at 49. It always changes a little bit depending on where you're looking, but that is an insane dividend yield. Okay, I'm going to save this one. Thank you so much for calling this one out because I forget who called it out. Was it you, Karamat, which is a funny name too? Karamat. If you called that one out, dude, thank you very much because I'm going to make a video on that one probably because the return is solid. Like, look at this. 1 year, it's still up 30%. 5 years, yes, it's beaten down, but if you would have bought this around the $10 mark, you'd be doing insane. So I wonder what they do. ProShares Bitcoin ETF. I'm guessing they write some sort of strategy, some sort of covered call on. Yes, it was you. Thank you so much. US Bitcoin linked ETF. So is it okay, I should just read about it. I'm asking you all these questions. Let's see. Available through brokerage account. Yeah, growth of $10,000. I love when they have this on here. It makes such a big difference. It's raining like crazy at my house right now. How are they trading? Okay, 96% Bitcoin future assets. So it's a Bitcoin ETF. Yeah. How are they yielding that much? Strategies. Is Bito their only fund? I wonder if they have more. They must have more. No? I've seen ProShares funds before, so I want to see. There they are, RETFs. High income. I spy. Oh my gosh. Okay. I remember I looked at these Bitcoin future. I see. Okay. So man, that's a solid return. That might be something I have to put into my actual normal account. But I saw the ProShares. I made some videos on these. iSpy and iQQQ both did. They were pretty well performing videos for me. And they have a Russell fund too. Now I know this one's probably going to yield a lot lower, but it's probably going to be a bit safer. Growth of 10,000 since inception, up 20%. Here's the problem. There are just so many good ETFs out there now. What's BITU? Ultra Ultra Bitcoin ETF targets 2x daily Bitcoin returns. Oh my gosh. They got one for Ethereum, short Bitcoin, short Ethereum. Man, there's so many good options. I don't like shorting crypto. I don't like shorting in general, I would say. Double down on your bullish view of Bitcoin. Holy smokes, this one must just be doing absolutely insane. Let me pull this up. I wonder if it's a newer fund. It should be up crazy recently. Yeah, up 50% the past 6 months. Not bad. Some of these crypto ETFs are just so popular. So popular. I gotta tell my girlfriend I'm on stream. Oh, this is watered down. I did not mix that nearly good enough. Okay, wait. Let me just text my girlfriend. She's gonna be like, "What happened?" Sorry, I'm streaming. I'll get back to you. Love you. There we go. Oh, I gotta get her that thing. Okay, that's what she's texting me about. Man, a lot of good options. TSLX. What I like to do with any of these is I like to throw them into the drip calculator. This is glitching, but see, look at that. It's underperformed SPY by just barely, and it was doing better until recently. This one might be a good time to buy. Robinhood added XRP, Solana, and oh, it did. Eric, are you a big crypto guy? Reinvest dividends. See, one thing I'm not sure about is they always have SPY like seriously outperforming, which doesn't make any sense to me because TSLX, they have it as being a 22% gain since the inception, but the drip calculator showed it being a 282% gain. There must be something wrong. Cumulative change. What's compound annual growth rate? No, SPY is still better. I don't know. From 15 to current. Interesting. But they have it as even being negative on its PE ratio. PE doesn't matter as much. But then you can see it actually total growth. It did do a little bit better. Oh, man. I have XRP. Where do I have it, though? I have crypto all over the place. I've been so sloppy with it that I should be careful. I should be more careful with it. But let's see. Just so you guys know, I'm going to be getting off at 6. I got to go have some dinner. I am starving. What am I going to have for dinner, though? That's the question. But let's see. What's the forecasting? Oh, wait. I mean, it's sitting right on what they are saying it's valued at, and this is what FastGraphs is giving the fair value ratio. So, I mean, with a solid dividend, it's not looking terrible. I wonder if they are floating rate. I need to look that one up. Okay, let me pull up this list. Dividend stock list. Close. Okay. TSLX is on the list. You can see this beautiful list that I created. If you want it, it's yours for $50. I'm just kidding. People do that on here. It makes me laugh really hard. Okay, TSLX is going to join there. I do have H on here already, and BITO. Let's put BITO on there. I'm going to say this is BIT ETF. I guess it's more futures, but still. Dividend. These are all dividends. I have no idea what that is. Sometimes I write things down. I'm like, what was I thinking when I wrote this down? Can you check it when you're done? Yes, I can check it. Crypto is hot right now. Coney should do good. Coney should be going absolutely insane. You are right, Eric. I imagine the next dividend on Coney and Tesla too, because Tesla. Okay, here's what I did, everybody. So I own Tesla stock. I've been trading Tesla stock since I like nearly first started buying into individual stocks, which isn't for everyone. I bought Tesla and I literally made like a 70% return on it, and I sold it and I was pumped. Now, if I had held on to it, it would be doing significantly better, probably over 100% returns. But in hindsight, I probably made the right decision to sell it when I did. Not the right decision timing wise, but it was probably smart to sell it when you're up that big on something. I usually recommend at least taking some money out. Coney, 136% distribution rate. Their last distribution was today. They declared it today, $2. People are going to be going nuts. I'm not surprised. I feel like it should be a little bit higher. The last dividend, it was $2 in April and May. But yeah, Eric, that's pretty crazy. Also, let me know, guys, how does everything look? Not on TikTok. Sorry, I'm working on getting you guys incorporated into this. But from the actual live stream, how does everything look? Is it decent? Because I'm curious. Let me know if things need to be changed or swapped out or fixed or something like that, because I'm relatively new to all this, I will say. But if you guys are over on TikTok and you're interested, Misty next dividend should be crazy too. Yeah, you are right. They're all going to be insane, especially if it holds up too. But if you guys are interested, if you're on TikTok, go check me out on YouTube. If you're on YouTube, go check me out. Price is plummeting after hours. Bitcoin's is. Is it really? Where do I even find my Bitcoin price? I probably use Robinhood. When did MSTY pay out last? It hasn't paid out for November yet. Look at the price. It paid out $4.20. That's insane. Highest dividend ever for MSTY, dude. And I didn't buy it. Okay, wait. He says Bitcoin is dropping. Oh, yeah. It's going back down a little. Well, we did hit almost 93 and then it sold off. So here's my take with Bitcoin. Here's what most people do. And I would say this. This is a full guess. So my bet is that people are all waiting for Bitcoin to hit 100K. And so the thing is, you're going to get people selling at 93,000, 94,000, 95,000. You're going to get selling all the way up to 100K, to where it would take a huge jump in order for it to literally like get over the 100K. And I think it will. I'm not a Bitcoin hater at all. But yeah, it was down. Let's see. It did dropped 4.5%. Coney is the one plummeting. No, that might be my bad, because I probably said something and then you said dropping after hours. Let me pull that up. No, Bitcoin's doing good. It's probably plummeting. No, you're right. Look at that. It is down. It's down 4% after hours. I'm guessing because they paid out the dividend. What did it drop by? $1. People might be either selling out of it. What's the long-term chart for Coney, though? I mean, it did do really well with Bitcoin, but that's my problem with these, is they do continue, usually the NAV erosion. Like this thing was, I remember buying this thing like around like 25, and it has done relatively well in the account. Let me pull up that account, actually. Okay, wait. There's QQQI. I'll show you guys, because I own Coney and Tesla, and I haven't checked up on them like at all. I mean, the account's not doing bad. It's so funny. So this is, again, just high-yielding dividend stocks and ETFs, and we did see it run like crazy. ARCC is doing good. JEPQ, absolutely insane. SPYI is doing really good. Yeah, nope, that's my bad. Down over $3. Oh, shoot. Maybe it's just not updating enough. Coney is up. Man, it is. Man, this thing did run today, though. Let's see what it says on Robinhood. Yeah, you're right. 18 to 15.90. Yeah, so it paid the dividend. So this is what happens every time. When they pay the dividends, they plummet like this, because it's paying out. What did I say Coney was paying out? It paid out $2. So it's going to drop by $2. And they continue to do that. So you can buy back in after and try and get the next dividend. People do like to do that. What do you think about HBAR? I have no idea what HBAR even is. HBAR. Yeah, Coney ex dividend tomorrow. Yeah, so they're paying every H bar is apparently, I mean, H bar stock is probably a better way of doing that. H bar USD. Oh, okay. Is this like just investing? Oh, it's a crypto. I do not know crypto well at all. Hedera, 6 cents. Hey, I mean, it's cheap. You can buy a lot of it. These cryptos, I've lost too much money on these cryptos to be investing in them. I mean, I used to invest like $20 when I found one that I really liked. But I don't know anything about crypto. I am the wrong guy to ask about crypto for sure. Bitcoin, yes. Ethereum, yes. But when I like the small coins, I really don't know much. And I don't want to mislead anybody because I could get back into the crypto game. I used to track them a lot. And then I'd pay attention to the every 4-year cycle, and it would be really fun, but I'm just so busy already. I try to make a lot of content, and it's been really fun on the account. So I'll think about it. I'll think about getting back into crypto. I'm not as good at crypto as I was at stocks. I lost more money in crypto, and I made a lot more money in stocks. But it couldn't hurt. Yeah, Coney ex-dividend day tomorrow. Eric is correct. Okay, back to my list. What else was I going to add? FIDUS, OCSL. What's this? Secured lending, FIDUS investment, BDC. See, look at this. 582 stocks in the financial sector at high risk of performing badly. What does this even mean? Oh, they're trying to sell their stuff. Oh, so they're just pushing strong sell quant rating. Isn't there... Okay, have you guys ever heard Quiver Quantitative? That is... It was a really, really popular... Did I put B2 on here? I did. I put B2 on there. That's fine. It was called Quiver Quantitative Incorporated. Quiver stocks. This is what I want to look at. These are the stocks. So if you guys don't know, Congress is able to trade stocks, which is insane. So you can actually track. These people actually track. Look at this. This is so insane. So Nancy Pelosi stock, what they do is Quiver will literally track how these people trade stocks, because if they know something's going to happen, like one thing, this one didn't end up happening. There were crazy rumors about it that Nancy Pelosi bought a ton of Nvidia because they were planning on banning microchips from out of the country, mostly from China, because of the potential war with Taiwan. And so this ended up, it wasn't true, but everyone was saying she bought a bunch of these stocks, and that's kind of how it works. They'll buy stocks. She's up 20% on Nvidia. She purchased 1 million to 5 million shares. Visa, Nvidia, Tesla. She bought a ton of Tesla too. Absolutely crazy. But this place, they'll track these. And so you can actually see I wonder what their premiums are. Stock screener pricing. I want to say they have Congress trading. They have so much on this website, and it's actually really, really cool. So you can see, what did she buy? People buy security. Yeah, Eric, dude, if you haven't checked out Quiver, they're really cool. It's really, really interesting too. You can see, I don't think anyone should have like favorite politicians. I'm not a big politician guy, but you can see what they're buying. And it's so interesting because they'll buy like these really, really small stocks. What was one? There was one, I think it was Nancy Pelosi. It was a guy in Minnesota or something like that. He bought this energy company, and then like 2 weeks later, the state announced that it was going to be using that company to put all new sensors in all the energy, like the little things. Follow the money, 100%, Eric. Yeah, they were using this company for a huge deal, and his money like quadrupled. The stock ran like 400%, and he had like hundreds of thousands invested, and literally made a ton of money because he knew that they were using that company for it. And he might have been investigated. I'm not even sure. But see, there's a ton of automated trading strategies built around the alternative data. So you can actually, yeah, like Michael Burry, you can do his. There's a lot of different ones that you can actually buy. Dan, I do need to create an account. I'm not even logged in. So yeah, there's definitely a ton of stuff that you can look at that'll potentially help with your buys, like Congress buys. Compound annual growth rate, back test start date, up 350% since 2020. Since 2019, Dan Muser is up. Strategy name, I keep clicking on these. But yeah, Quiver is a really cool tool. And I want to see if they actually did end up with like specific ETFs, because what they were doing, they said that they were going to make an ETF that literally just tracked. Thank you for liking again, Rax. That literally just, yeah, insider trading is insane. Michael said insider, damn politicians, insider trading. Yeah, they make so much money, literally. And so that's how you can see it. Because like Pelosi, let me go back. Pelosi's net, I wonder if it shows her net worth. Her net worth by age, right? So she's Speaker of the House. And what year was she put on Speaker of the House? Let's check this. I'm going on a tangent here, but this is so interesting. Nancy Pelosi stock trades is the number one thing when you type in Nancy Pelosi. Let's see. So she became Speaker of the House in 2007. So the chart doesn't even go back all that far. Salary. And so her salary is 225 million roughly. So in 2007, she was 221, 222, slowly climbing normally. She must have made a huge purchase because she went down to 93 million like the rest of us peasants. And then from there, so 2016 to 2017, she went up 50 million. 50 million. How do you go up 50 million in net worth when your salary is $223,000? I don't know. Like, that's the thing. I don't understand. Coin is dropping. Yeah, coin's dropping, not Bitcoin. Underlying is falling. Yep. Oh, Coinbase. Duh. Anyways, yeah, so look at this. And then from 142, again, she gained 13 million in net worth from 2017 to 2018. That's insane. This is, again, she made a ton on NVIDIA, Michael. Yeah, she made a ton on NVIDIA because she knew. She knew that they were going to be using microchips for everything from security to absolutely everything under the sun. But she's making $225,000 a year and gaining $10 million a year in net worth. And I wonder if this is related to her husband. His should be separate. And then again, we see another, 11% jump. And then we go insane. And this is what is so interesting to me. She goes absolutely insane. In 2020, so COVID-19 hits, her net worth still goes up $11 million. Most people's values dropped like crazy unless you own property. But she goes from 176 million to 240 million. $60 million gained in 1 year. $60 million is crazy. Absolutely crazy. And then after it fell off, and then now she's back in. So you can go on here and you can see everything that they're doing. You can see the donors and all their trades, but it just depresses me, to be honest, because I don't make anywhere near 220,000 and I'm nowhere near a millionaire. So, I mean, I guess we are going to be forced to play the slow game while our people who are making laws and such are making a lot more money in legal and illegal ways. Okay, back to just slow dividends. GBDC, Golub Capital. They pay some nice special dividends. I wonder why this one. Quarterly. Oh, because they pay quarterly. They're not that popular. What is it? GBDC. Let's see how they perform. Oh my gosh. Insane. Since 2010. No, that's SPY. I had them backwards. They've underperformed SPY. I don't like buying into ones that are significantly underperforming SPY. Smart leverage is all the way. Leverage can be, it's a double-edged sword. Sometimes it's absolutely insane. Sometimes it burns you. I don't use too much leverage. I'm trying to think if I'm leveraged right now. I don't think that I am. I kind of trade on and off, but anyways, guys, I'm going to be ending the live. I appreciate all you guys for tuning in and checking things out. You guys, you make this a lot more fun. I love talking and hearing what you guys have to say because we got some smart people. There's a lot of dummies on the internet, but you guys are not them. I'll say that. So thank you guys for jumping in. I'll be going live again at some point next week. I have a video that dropped today on YouTube. I'll have a video dropping tomorrow on TikTok and on YouTube. So go check everything out on all the other platforms. And I hope to see you guys there. Hey, thank you, Michael. I will enjoy my dinner, dude. You have a good night. And Rax, dude, I'll see you around. I'm following, so we will see you. We'll see you soon. Awesome. Eric, good talking to you, dude. Really, really appreciate you